Me and the idiot. You mad? The Otman Oustadi show about to start. In 3, 2, 1. Put up.
Welcome to the Otman Oustadi show. My next guest is considered to be one of the best closers of the Netherlands. With countless million-dollar deals and over 10 years of experience, he claims he now has the blueprint to ultimately sell anything. From humble beginnings to a road to riches, the Dutch Wolf, Mr. Melvin.
Otman.
Such a pleasure to meet you, brother.
Indeed, brother. Thank you for inviting me to this beautiful place here in Bali. Looking forward to this podcast with you, man.
Looking forward to it too. Before we get started, I got something for you. Since we are in Bali, I got you.
Wow. It's great, man. Thank you so much.
It's a traditional hat. 100%. It is fantastic.
Karate
Fantastic. That's what they use in the rice fields in Indonesia.
So if sales doesn't work out, I always can pick some rice here, huh?
Yeah, 100%. 100%. Well, how are you?
I'm good, man. I'm feeling great.
Fantastic.
I'm here in Bali now for 8 days.
8.
And I really feel that Bali does something with your soul. Just get relaxed. And but I think 8 days are fine. I live in Dubai, so I'm happy to go back to my house in Dubai.
Why Dubai?
Why Dubai? Multiple reasons. First reason is the tax reason, of course. In my country, I'm from the Netherlands. We pay, I think, 40% tax if you have a company. In Dubai, we pay 0. So that's a good benefit to live in Dubai, for instance. And the second reason is I jumped on an opportunity in Dubai. So that's the reason I moved there.
What's the opportunity that you jumped on?
Opportunity. So as you know, I'm in sales for 10 years already, and I was working in the trenches, working in call centers, and doing my sales jobs. Like I sold, I think everything you can imagine. I sold, from papers on the street, door to door, charity selling, to energy contracts, telephone subscriptions, whatever, cars, houses, real estate, crypto, whatever. But I was manager of a firm in Holland, and the guy who was the owner made like millions a month even. So I thought I can do that myself. And I was searching for a proposition to sell, start my own call center, and searching for a proposition. And then I met a guy, and he said, "Listen, I really want to give you this proposition, this product to sell with your guys. But I have an office in Dubai, which is empty. And we're searching for the best manager there. But we can do it together, you know." I said, "Yeah, I'm searching to have my own shit, you know." And he said, let's do it together. And we had a good deal. So I never been to Dubai, but I said, let's fucking do it.
You literally left everything behind.
I moved before I even know how Dubai is. I knew it from Instagram and YouTube and stuff, but I never knew how Dubai really is.
How is it?
It's good.
It's good.
It's really good. But I have a side note. Because Dubai is really good. It's great to be in Dubai because it's safe and it's really clean, and you have like everything goes really fast. If you need a cleaner, it's there. If you need a massage, it's there. If you need to order something, doesn't matter. It's there in a few seconds, but a few minutes. But I miss the soul of Europe, for example. Like there is so much history in Europe, in Italy. When I went to Rome a few weeks ago with my dad, and we went to Tuscany, and bro, yeah, that is unmatched.
Lots of culture.
You know, and in Dubai, a lot of people are there for a reason, especially the women. That's what I believe, that they are for a reason there to maybe find a rich guy, and everything is so on the surface there. It's really hard to find people to have like a really deep conversation in Dubai. I think, man, it's possible, like entrepreneurs who are on the same level, same frequency. That's also the reason I moved there. But finding your dream wife, it's not gonna happen in Dubai, I guess. I believe that.
Fair enough. You have such an interesting upbringing. Drugs, guns, jail, best promoter in Amsterdam. Tell me about it. That's such an interesting story. I mean, not necessarily the greatest, however, it must be very inspiring, and I want to hear about it. Tell me about it. How did it start? What
Yeah.
happened?
Yeah. First of all, a lot of happened. I believe that everyone has his story. I don't think that my story is the craziest story, but I have a story. And I believe that my character is built on all these scars that I got the last 10 years. So, yeah, where did it start? When I was really young, when I was a child, I had a really, problem with authority, and I was always the loudest and the most active guy in the group, and that was one of the reasons I always didn't had like was part of a group or whatever. So I think because I was the loudest, I was always the kid has to sit in front. Always kicked out of the schools I kicked off 6 schools, I think, in total, because my behavior was not good. And when I was 15 years old, my parents couldn't handle me, so they kicked me out of my house. And that moment, I went from crisis shelter to crisis shelter to closed crisis shelter to, yeah, that had a lot of impact on me. So when I was really young, I really has to be really soon mature. I think when I was 18 years old, I think 17 years old, I got some friends. Yeah, they're from a neighborhood where there's not a lot of money, so there's a lot of criminality as well. They have to survive, and yeah, me too as well. So I started stealing bicycles, selling them, stealing motor scooters, stealing whatever you can steal and sell. And real quick, I went in houses and stuff. And real quick, I was selling like hard drugs on a day-to-day basis. I can remember crazy stuff, repackaging stuff in like underneath our flat apartment complex, like it was like a movie. But I was fucking 18 years old. So after a few weeks, the police got me. The guy, I remember what he said. Like, he took me like, "You motherfucker! I knew you not was only a bike thief." So yeah, they kicked me in jail. So when they took me, and I was 18 years old, they're going to consider if you go to youth detention or elder detention, and they consider me more mature, so they put me in the elder detention. So I came with like real bad people, like murderers and rapists and crazy people, because we call it the House of van Bewaring. Yeah, I don't know the name, but everyone is mixed because they're waiting for their procedure, you know. So yeah, I had a double cell with a former client of me, which I sold the candy a few weeks ago.
You ended up in the same cell as one of your clients
as one of the clients
that you used to sell drugs to.
Yeah.
Okay. And how long were you in jail for in total?
I think almost a month.
A month. Okay, I see.
Yeah, not really long, but
more than enough to have an impact on
it
you.
was not 3 days in the police prison. It was like real prison, and I think that had a lot of impact on me. And that was the moment I flipped the switch. That was the moment when I was laying in this jail with this drug addict laying there. That was the moment. I think that was the moment. Or when I got out of jail, I went to the crisis where I lived because I didn't live with my parents anymore.
Why? Why didn't you live with your parents? Why didn't you go back to your parents?
My mom is a police officer.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Okay.
So when they caught me, they went in my house as well. And this is a really crazy story. They went in my house to check all my shoes, to check the profile if I was like committed other stuff. So the police broke in my house when I was in jail, and they checked all my stuff to get more in the case, you know. And my mom came into work, and she's the one who always is on these cases.
Okay.
So she came to work and checked her her office, her desk, and all my shoes were there. Even shoes she recognized. So that was the moment she like, what is this?
She must have been very heartbroken by that.
Bro, I broke my parents, man. And the reason I broke my parents, like, a lot of times, I was like a fucking dickhead that time. There's the reason that now I bring my parents to Dubai, I bring my mom to Dubai, pay for everything just to
Pay her back.
pay her back and you know. So yeah, and after that my mom told me, okay, you have two chances. Or you stop with what you're doing, be criminal and stuff. Come back home and start studying something you like. I used to do sales before, and also on the street side I already did sales, of course. So I did there was one of the opportunities. I said, "Oh, you're staying here. We don't want to talk with you anymore," and you finally end up in jail or die or whatever.
Fantastic. And then after that, you started working in sales.
Yeah.
How did that start? Was it just random, or did you educate yourself before getting started, or how did you?
When I was living in the crisis shelter, there were like people helping me to get on the ritz, you know, get on the right track. And I was always the guy who was talking a lot. I was really extrovert, and like, so I made of my liability in school, I made my power. I used it to do something for the good. So I was selling. So my first job, I was 16 years old. It was in my hometown Alkmaar, and I was selling charities door to door.
Oh.
And that was the moment I saw that I was really good in sales. I was not the best sales guy, but I had a lot of potential. And that was the moment that I really liked sales. After I got out of jail and went back to my parents' place, I started my door-to-door sales again, but now more serious in Amsterdam. And yeah, from that moment, I never stopped selling.
I see. Interesting. However, now I think sales is slightly different than 10 years ago. Don't you agree? I mean, there isn't that door-to-door anymore, if that makes sense. Everything is digital. Everything is online.
Nah, you still have the job I did.
What's
the door-to-door selling charities for like 𝐦𝐿𝐸𝐵 or for disease and stuff. But like the type of selling I'm doing right now is way different. Yeah.
What does it take to be a truly great salesman in comparison to 10 years ago? What's the difference?
What is the difference? I think listening is really important. I think the way you approach people is really important. Understand that you not have to pitch someone, but have to come on a certain level that the person you want to close needs to pitch himself. He needs to figure out why he's going to buy something, not you. You're the person. Like a real good salespeople is an expert on his craft, and is like a doctor. It's a doctor who's checking the whole situation of a client and sees what medicine you need. And that's when you go to a doctor. For example, when you go to a doctor and you walk in the room, the doctor's not gonna say, "Yeah, I see it. You have a headache. Oh yeah, I can see that you have like a problem with your." No, of course not. He's not gonna pitch you, "Oh bro, I have really sick paracetamol, or I have really sick medicine for this. Really good. This is so good. This is so blah, blah." He's not gonna pitch you. He's going to ask you the right questions, and because of your problems, your liabilities, and your current situation, he's going to eventually give you the cure to come at your desired situation, and that's the destination where the problem is solved. And the bridge between the current situation and the desired situation is your product, the cure, the remedy.
Very interesting way of putting this. They got me thinking about that. Very interesting. You said you have an ultimate blueprint in sales. Would you like to tell us a bit more?
100%. So we call it the Dutch Wolf blueprint. And this is not something I thought of the last months or the last year. This is crafted by my experience in life, my experience in all the sales jobs that I had in the past 10 years, all the mentors I paid, all the courses I did, you can name a important sales guru or a sales coach, mentor, and I took his course and checked everything out. Dan Locke, Jeremy Minor, Daniel G, Andy Elliott, Sam Ovens, Jordan Belfort, whatever you can call it. And I took his course and learned from it. And this is like from experience from my own life and from all the courses that I took and all the knowledge that I get out of books, because also reading books about sales was really important for me. I checked the top 10 best rated books on Amazon and what's about sales, and I read them, implement them in my day-to-day the calls, and check what worked and fine-tune it. So then the Dutch Wolf Blueprint was born.
Mm.
And what is the Dutch Wolf Blueprint? It is a structure of 6 steps. And if you do it properly and use the right method that I teach my wolves, you will close everything you sell.
And this is a proven method made by you, and you developed it in the last 10 years, and you showed this works.
Yeah. For example, I just started the Wolf Pack. I have one guy, he made 3K a month, was calling a cold call call center, was just like an average caller, and I teach him this. After 1 month, I give him a placement at a company, and now he already make 30K a fucking month. Like he
That's
10
impressive.
10 times his salary with my method.
That's very impressive. Very impressive. Your names as well, they're very unique. You are the Dutch Wolf, and your mentees, the people that you coach, are the Wolf Packs.
Yeah, they are the wolves, and combined is the Wolf Pack.
The Wolf Pack.
Yes.
Wow, it's very unique. It's very nice.
Thanks.
Name. What drives you the most? Passion, fear, money? Why? Why are you working so hard? What is it? What's your biggest motivation? What's your biggest why?
My biggest why is a really good question. The first thing I do with my students also create the why for them and write it down, because it's really important to have a why. It's like a fuel for your as a machine, as a sales machine, to keep going. What is my why?
What's the Dutch Wolf why?
The Dutch Wolf why is, first of all, I always was that guy that never fits in, and I was that guy that nobody thought of. I was the last guy you think he will succeed in life. The last. And I want to show everyone. I want to show my family. I want to become the most richest Lassoy. My last name is Lassoy in the family. I want to help my parents to show them the luxurious lifestyle I can have. I want to give that to them back, because I did a lot of bad things when I was younger, and after that I flip a switch. I live for karma. I believe that if I do good for people, good will come back in my life like a boomerang. And that is also that you ask me what drives you. Money is the last thing that drives me. Of course, it's nice to get a good income, but for me it's really important that my wolves succeed in life. I see them as the younger me, struggling in the trenches, in the shitty sales jobs, or in their shitty job that they have right now, and show them what is possible. Like, I believe that everyone who has a little bit of charisma and has the drive and has a really strong why, that I can teach him the Dutch Wolf Blueprint and make 10, 20K a month. And it's a big game changer for people who make like 2-3K a month, what is like average in my country. So I'm talking in euros, by the way. So yeah, I think that is my strongest why. And
Interesting.
maybe also fear. You told me fear. I've been homeless. When I came out of jail, I've been homeless for a couple of weeks. A couple of months. I don't want to. I hit it the rock bottom. I hit it rock bottom. I was nothing. I had no one. I was nowhere. I don't want to be a sad story here, but it is true, and I don't want to go back in that dark place.
Interesting. Going back to your mentoring, how do you coach your students? Do you have like some sort of app? Is it through like video call? I was wondering, just in case, like how would you coach message?
Yeah, it's all online, and sometimes people come to Dubai and get a one-on-one coaching, or people who join from Dubai, they get like a one-on-one live in-person coaching. But almost everything is video calls, Zoom.
Okay, video
Yeah.
calls on Zoom. Okay, fair enough. That's fine. Do you feel successful, or are you still chasing something?
I'm always chasing something.
So you feel not fulfilled. You don't feel fulfilled yet. You don't feel successful yet.
Yes, that's true. I'm not feeling fulfilled now. I feel successful because I know where I come from, and so I feel success, that I accomplished a certain success, but I'm not there yet.
What would make you say I made it? Have you thought about
When
it?
I can retire my parents,
Okay, once you do that,
I made
think
it. Yeah.
that's a very good point. Beyond your success, what would you like to be remembered for? Once you're long gone.
Good question, man. You have some good questions, Ram. Professional, huh?
What do you think?
What?
Once you're long gone, what would you like to be remembered for?
I would like to be remembered as a kind person who always helps people. I want my friends to remember me to always help them if they're need. I want to be somebody who is really how do you call it? Giving.
No, which is why you made the wolf pack.
Yeah. Let's be honest, it's not a charity, right? I make
100%.
also good money, but it's a win-win situation. So if the people are ready, I coach them, they pay a certain amount for that, also because they need to commit.
100%.
I have guys who take a loan of 5K, pay me 5K and start doing it. That is the type of guys I need, you know? And then I put them at a proposition. They're selling whatever, coaching, they're selling AI solutions, they're selling SaaS, whatever. And I take my commission from all the sales they make, you know? So when they make a lot of money, I get a lot of money as well.
Also, if somebody's not willing to invest on their education, they tend to not really take serious the content that you provide.
100%. That's the reason that Samuel asks a lot of money for his coaching, for example.
Yeah, the more expensive the coaching is, the more likely you're going to take it more seriously.
100%. 100%. Yeah. You know what? The people who pay less, they're way less motivated than the guys who pay a lot.
100%. 100%. I mean, I understand that sometimes might not be affordable. However, and it's not just for your course, it's for every course that's out there. If a person is actually willing to invest in themselves, they will put the work to succeed. They will do whatever it takes to succeed. They will not just buy the course and forget it.
Yeah.
They'll actually do it. They'll put in the work and make it happen, essentially. Yeah. What advice would you give to you when you were 15 years old? What advice would you give to yourself at 15 years old before all the jail and drugs happened? What would you say to that?
I would say listen to your parents. My parents, not other parents. I would say that find one thing you believe you have a lot of potential in being great at. You don't have to like it, but you need to make good money with it, and you need to have potential to be great in it, to become the best in it. Lock yourself in, dedicate everything on that one craft. Don't get a shiny object syndrome. Oh, that's good. Oh, let's hop on that shit. No, get one thing, become the absolute best in it, invest all the money you're getting from it back to get greater, get better. Invest in mentors, invest in coaching, This time there is so much knowledge. You can find a lot of knowledge on YouTube, of course, but you're not gonna implement that stuff. If you pay for it, you get a coach, he's teaching you to become better. That is the way to go.
Okay, so what is the Wolfpack?
Good question. The Wolfpack has two sides. One side is the coaching, and the other side is the agency. So what we do, if somebody likes to become a remote closer or is in sales and want to become a remote closer, we teach him the Dutch Wolf blueprint. That is the formula to close somebody from A to B and let him pay on one call. Yeah. So we create top-notch, top-tier closers, and then I have a really big network with contractors, companies who have a proposition where you can make good money, which companies are companies who have a product which a lot of people like to buy. So they only need a closer. So I place the closer then who joins the Wolfpack at his proposition. He makes money. We take a commission of it. We keep training this guy because we have a win-win situation here, and we get money from it. And he succeeds. We succeed, and we create the Wolfpack, one army of great guys and a sick community with guys who make a lot of money in the sales.
So you take them hand to hand from A to Z, teach them exactly everything that they need to do, and then it's gonna be a win-win situation. Not only you teach them how to make money.
Exactly.
Once they are making the money, you get in a commission out of it.
Yes, exactly.
So at the end of the day, it's in your best interest if you actually teach them the formula.
Yeah, exactly.
Because they're gonna make unlimited amount of money for themselves.
Yeah.
And at the same time, you're also making money. So everybody wins essentially.
And you know what's a funny part in interesting part in what we're doing? I've also coached these guys who already make 30K a month, do it for years. And these guys also get a commission from the guys who they're coaching. So I'm coaching them, but I cut the cake, give them a piece of the pie. And so they will put all their time and effort because these coaches get a passive income from the wolves that we are coaching.
That's very smart. So you teach somebody, once that somebody starts making a lot of money, he becomes a coach, and now he teaches other people.
Yes.
And this new coach now is also making the money.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's a win-win-win situation.
Exactly. It's one sales powerhouse that we're creating here.
Unbelievable. Mr. Melvin.
Yes.
It was such a pleasure talking to you. Thank you so much.
100%. Thank you so much for inviting
Looking forward.
100%.
Soon again.
Perfect.